And we're live.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you might be listening to this. Welcome to an all-new edition of the Fans of Power podcast. We are not all here, but I'm sure one of the missing in action is still with us in spirit. Rebecca's not here tonight, but we still have the original trio here: Nasty Nate Kennedy, Hobo Joe, and I can't call myself what I would like to tell my, or So because these two are here, I will offer the alternative because Mark Bagley, my favorite comic book artist, did tell me I look like Captain America in person. So if you don't want to call me He-Man, I can call myself Captain America.
No, that's okay. Just call yourself Tyler because it gets worse.
Are you sure? I mean, I'm always fine to call myself Captain America. I mean,
no.
He-Man,
Tyler's
Captain
fine.
America.
You can just say Tyler Baker
if you want to. You can call me first blonde-haired Batman if you like. I mean, the list goes on and
on
here, people.
Blonde-haired Batman?
Hey, if Daniel Craig
fucking kidding me?
James Bond, and he had blonde hair at one point. Then I mean, come on. I mean, why can't we have? Hey, Val Kilmer had lighter hair. He was almost blonde. So I'm just saying, there are options, people. If you don't,
where'd you get the shirt?
I got it on Amazon. Yeah.
Could you stand up just to see?
Yeah.
Oh, cartoon versions. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it's headshots of Clawful, Webstore, Skeletor, Trapjaw, and Beastman are available on Amazon. And there's no shitty sayings with Skeletor saying like Bone Collector or Beastman saying, Unleash the Beast or some shit like that. It's just Filmation face with their name on there. Simple as that. So I saw Two-Bad. I'm like, holy shit, there's a Two-Bad shirt. So I got it. And I probably
you sure don't see that too often. Yeah, you really don't see
anything.
Like,
oh my God. And it's soft material. That's all they were selling on was soft material. It's like, fuck, man, I'm getting this. So I might have to go up. It's a bit snug, but not horrible. So I might have to go up in size.
It shows off accentuates the muscles.
my pecs of power.
Oh God! How about I get to something I got? Everybody's showing stuff they have, but wait, before I get to that, let me first say hello to the chat, and then I'll show you what I got. But we do have
my pecs, Joe.
Oh, peck this. All right, we got Fedmon. Fedmon, Pride of Grayskull. Jingle Bellum is somebody new, so thank you for joining us. Adam Gabbert. JSP. Don't lock up on me. My computer almost locked up. Sportimus. Papa Hood 69. PB is here. I'm going to just say that every single time. Brian Brumagen. And if I missed anybody, I apologize. I think I got everybody, but if I missed anybody, and Anthony Albanese. But here, let me show you what I got real quick first. All right. So it might not be Tyler's awesome, amazing shirt, but I did get that He-Man ornament from over there at Walmart. Yeah. It was like, I don't know if it was $6 or whatever the price was. So that was kind of cool. And then I got the.
I don't like the face on that one.
Bad,
the face looks pretty bad.
Looks okay, but
yeah, like I said, and here's the Orko ornament. Yeah, that's pretty cool, and that's the special Santa's Helper Orko. So if nobody's got that, that's an awesome one. I had a lot of requests, people wondering where it was. And that's it. So those are two things I got. Nathan, did you get anything that's, I'm sure, going to top whatever Tyler got and whatever I got by probably...
Oh, wait, so I gotta pick this up right here and hope that his hand doesn't spin around because shit's heavy, but I got the Mondo Man-at-Arms.
That does look awesome.
And
beautiful. You see why...
I would turn him that way. There we go.
I figured that's why I'd show mine first, because I figured, well, it's not going to have any impact. You show yours.
Lots of amazing, like, if you guys look there, just all the scuffs and stuff all on his armor. Nice little touches.
That really is a badass
thing.
Wasn't there an exclusive one that came... Oh, wait, never mind. I wouldn't even care about the exclusive. You know what it was, Tyler?
What?
The exclusive version of that came with the Snake Man-at-Arms head. It's like, who cares? Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't want it. Even if I could afford it, I was like...
Everyone keep going to... I have to assume they're all clueless or just very...
Nobody liked them.
Fans.
They hated it in classics, and they won't stop. They're even making those little pop figures. They're doing a pop... Like, who wants this stuff? Maybe people like it, but...
Really is some corporate asshole who's like, variants. Just, we're desperate for variants to avoid any new sculpt. But, man, I mean, I would rather they do... new variants of the He-Man and Skeletor, like not Man-at-Arms, man. He's a character that doesn't need a variant and will never need a variant. God, or just
it is a bizarre one. It's
with the movie colors. If you're gonna get cheap with it, do something that you're claiming to do. Like I remember Super 7 did with some of their vintage stuff. Like, these are movie colors.
The reaction things or something. Yeah, I think they were doing things.
I thought it was cheap. It was a lame excuse to just color him gray.
Yeah, but admittedly,
I did
that is an awesome fucking figure of man at arms. Like, God, if I was rich like Nathan, I'd definitely buy it. But we're not all that lucky.
It's not. I wouldn't call that being rich.
No, I wouldn't either. Of course, you would just keep getting them. Everyone, the 180, 250s, buying them all. Hello, Johnny Cock.
I think
the Johnny Cock, real quick.
Johnny Cock.
There we go. All right. I think
Scareglow's supposed to
Tuesday.
go on sale this Tuesday.
And
so.
it might be some kind of,
or is it like in stock,
live?
You buy it on the spot?
You buy it right there, and then they ship it whenever it's coming.
But
yeah, you got to get on.
I'm not sure if it's gonna be on other shops like Big Bad or if it's
I don't know.
just on Mondo's site.
Well, if that's the case, I'll never get a hold of it because everything on Mondo sells out.
Oh, this is going to be, and I guarantee you that will be gone in 5 minutes or less.
That is going to be quick. I ain't going to need to attempt that shit.
I'll try. I'll attempt it. I'll make it.
Of course you will. Money bags.
I'll give it a shot.
All right. Hello, Anthony Albanese. But did you just want to jump right into the topics? We go right into that right now? Let's just...
No, I think there's, well, there was the one thing that A New Wave of Origins got announced with the Horde Trooper,
yeah.
what is it, Anti-Attorney He-Man.
Waffle.
Clawful and mini comics Trapjaw?
Yeah, yep, that's them. And those Horde Troopers will go nuts as for army build.
Yeah.
I know that's gonna happen. So those will be cool, and I know I'll get a bunch of those if I can. But that's the one topical thing on the news. So there you go. Thanks for that, Nathan. Let's go right into the show.
I think there's something else that I would like to talk about before we jump into the topic.
I'll be back in 15 minutes.
Some hot new theatrical release, and it's streamed on Peacock at the same time, and it's Halloween Kills, man.
That was an awesome movie. It was awesome.
To the 2018 Halloween, and you would imagine. I kind of feel like the vibe that I got from this was halfway through filming Halloween all those years ago, some executive showed up and was like, we got to make it a trilogy, and they're like, what? We were only gonna make one movie. You're like, nope, you gotta stretch it out. You really gotta pad it out and put a bunch of bullshit in there. Well, okay. Mission accomplished in that regard, because Halloween Kills.
This was an awesome movie. It was
sucks ass.
My nephew seen it. Trey, just let you know, my nephew Trey Miguel wrestles for Impact. He fucking loved it too. We must have seen it 2-3 times.
And you know what?
It was full of a lot of action and kills and intensity. It's like if you want a horror movie and you want gore and you want kills, it's called Halloween Kills and Untitled, not Halloween Love Story, Halloween bullshit. It's Halloween Kills.
And you know what? If I was Scott D'Amore, who I think is the booker at Impact Wrestling, and I know Trey has a triple threat match at Bound for Glory for the Impact Wrestling title. If I caught wind that he had watched this 3 or 4 times, you know what? He's definitely not winning the strap.
I'm gonna let Trey know this shit. I'm gonna let Trey know I'm gonna have him come after you.
Go for it.
Your address. This shit's over. It's over. It's over right now. You don't want to. You're like, I love it.
Well, it's just what a piece of crap. That movie just sucked. I haven't been that mad watching a movie in a long time, and I don't do it anymore. But that is worse than Resurrection. Worse than the Rob Zombie movies.
Why are you doing this to me?
It is the worst Halloween.
It is one of the.
Oh yeah, we get old bloated Tommy Doyle there ruining everybody's night in the bar. Hey everybody, just want to let you know it's the 40th anniversary of when Michael Myers killed all them kids. Laura was babysitting me that night. Right beside me, that's the girl that was there too. And hey, we got the nurse. We got the nurse that was driving the car in the first movie.
Don't listen to Nathan. Nathan is full of shit. If you're looking for a good horror movie, a lot of kills and action, this is it right here.
And the fourth guy that's there just so happens it's just some kid that fell on the sidewalk that Halloween night, and Michael walked up to him and just kind of stared at him and then disappeared.
Remember when he's like,
who gives a shit about that
kid? Get your ass away from there. He was like, oh, by the way, if you love Loomis, they did one of the most amazing. The intro, you got to admit, though, the way they started, it felt like it was a complete. Hold on.
The first 15 minutes.
Listen, it felt like it continued right off to where the first left off, and somehow they had the feel, the mood, the music, and they even had somebody, I don't know how they did it. It looked like Donald Pleasance there. It was awesome. Shut up.
I can create a poll. You know what? I'm going to create a poll. You guys in the chat room, if you have seen Halloween Kills, I'm going to do this right now. Halloween Kills, good or bad? Right?
Doyle was annoying.
Can I change?
Like okay, yeah. And hello,
good.
Listen, hello to Philippe, hello
Bad.
to Grim, hello to Spider Rat, and hello to Ivy. How you doing? But no.
There you go. I want to say I put a poll here in the chat, maybe. I don't know. It's not showing up on my end. You'll have to see if it popped up. So Halloween Kills, good or bad? Oh, here we go.
It actually was.
We have four votes.
Tommy was annoying, but otherwise it was good to see Donald Pleasance as Loomis. How the hell did they do that? It looked like Loomis was there. It felt so real and authentic. It really was a good horror movie. If you're looking for a good horror movie and a Halloween movie, it's definitely leaps and bounds above H2O, Resurrection, and those Rob Zombie versions. It destroys them. So there.
It doesn't. That I mean, why that other dude was there with those three? I mean, the nurse didn't even need to be there. Oh, wow, she drove him. She was there for like 2 seconds. She really had nothing to do with anything, more or less. She was done after that. I'm like, why is she even here? Oh, because it's like, hey, you remember that? You remember that? Nostalgia. What just a piece of shit movie.
I love the chat. And
let me ask you this then, Joe. Does she serve more purpose in the opening of H2O that she did in Halloween Kills?
Wait, say that again.
H2O was just. Well, I know. Yeah, H2O was more of
the nurse. All we're talking about is the nurse. The nurse showing up for nostalgia here, and in H2O she shows up for the opening act.
Well, I'll be honest, Tyler. Tyler. To be honest, in Kills, it was more of like a purpose, meaning they all gather as to remember what happened and that horrible fucking night. But it's like them trying to always gather together that they were survivors. In the first one, in H2O. It was like quick. She, has her shit. She has the neighbors come over. They leave. She gets killed. And of course, yes, she's the one that I guess took over and took care of Loomis, supposedly being the nurse. And then he got the information from her. But it felt kind of forced and quick, like just weird. I didn't enjoy H2O at all. It was just a really bland, boring. You talk about a boring movie. No kills, no nothing, no action. A goofy mask that changed so much and they had to do that fucking digital shit to it. But no, I think her purpose in this one was a little bit more. At least she was there. She had more of a role. So I actually did like her purpose more.
I don't. When you guys telling me that, I don't quite buy the idea that they would get together because.
Well, you have to catch to see why. There is a reason.
But even so, like, I understand because I just, I know the first one in backwards and forwards, but just rewatching it yesterday, it's almost like the kids caught the tail end of whatever happened. They're not really. I mean, they see Michael upstairs, like getting ready to go after Laura, and then they run out of the house. The nurse,
well, I guess the nurse
is nowhere near the event.
They all explain each one of them. There is a reason. They will explain why all of them do gather. So I won't spoil it, because like I said, and I know you might not watch it, but if you do, they do explain why they all. They do explain why they all gather.
Don't waste your time.
I'm gonna choke the shit out of you. They explain why they all gather. So there you go. So
this Batman vs Superman, Justice League, and all those certain pieces of shit. I'm not gonna watch this movie.
No, and we're leaving out. We're leaving out what Joe calls the best part of the movie when Tommy's like, "Come on, guys, we gotta get the mob together. We gotta take down buyers." And then there's like 30 fucking people there. One woman brings an iron.
I love it.
Okay.
You bring
that makes sense. So they bring an iron. There's people with baseball bats and like pieces of wood. I'm like, where's the guns, you dipshits?
Well, there was some guns.
But anyway.
And the one guy looked at his guns, then Myers, it didn't take them out. So it was cool. And hey, Chris Paulson, thanks for joining us. And he enjoyed it as well. You're a good dude.
So Lori's daughter like stabs him. And they're like, oh, well, he must be dead. So he kills this one cop, right? And then you know how like in tag team matches when someone gets the hot tag, or like when Sting would come down the rafters and beat up the NWO, you know how the other guys are just standing there like waiting for the cue to get their ass kicked? That's what this mob does. So that person's dead, and the next person just walks up, like,
they do
and then they're dead.
Movies where they have people.
They don't converge on. It was stupid. It was stupid. Even by horror movie standards, the dumbest fucking shit. I'm like, why is he John Wicking everybody right now? This is dumb.
He killed the shit out of everybody. It was Halloween Kills. He got the kill.
There was no tension to anything. It was just like he's just like boom, boom, boom. You're dead. You're dead. Randomly.
One spot where they were looking at a bed, you thought something's gonna happen, and bam, he got this motherfucker under the armpit. He got him quick. Oh man, there was some good shit. So if you guys like that kind of shit, you'll love it. Hey, did you want to get talking about this episode? It's gonna be
terrible fucking movie.
He's doing it. Kills a lot of tension. Like there's not a whole lot of tension.
No, there was tension.
There's no tension at all.
There was tension.
There's not.
Al, I want to let you guys know that Nathan, he said he was going to make it his goal to make me pissed and get angry. I said, I'm going to be calm. He's like, nope, I'm going to work you up. He's doing this shit to piss me off. So
I kind of wonder how this is going to sound on the replay. With Joe and I just talking over each other for like 5 minutes. I'm sure people are like, just get on with it, you idiots.
I like that.
You guys talk about origins or something.
Yeah, Tough Nerd Toys mentioned a kill, and that was a good kill. I agree with you. I like that one. But hey,
yeah, but for what reason? They're just random fucking people in their house. Like,
and you got to see.
Why is he doing that? There's no rhyme or reason.
Well,
There's never been a rhyme or reason.
If it's anything like, and this one of the moments in the first film that I genuinely did like. I haven't rewatched this since me and Nathan saw it in theaters. But when he gets back to Haddonfield, it's nighttime. Kids are walking around, and this one lady comes to her window and closes the blinds, and you see Michael come in to kill her. I really enjoyed that random killing because it was mindless. Because it took away that he's got to go after people that are related to him.
That does exist.
It's complete bullshit.
I get that. I
get that.
But
They do have that.
Watch the very first film, no sequels or anything like that. Everything he's doing is completely random. He picks Lori out for whatever reason. No reason. It's just he singles her out and her friends, kills the mechanic. Kills the dog. He does a lot of random stuff, And
it's random here, Tyler. Just to let you know, there is a lot of random in this, and you will enjoy it. Trust me. But hey, let's.
But it's like too much.
Yeah,
in a way. I don't know.
Like an onslaught. That kind of takes away the anticipation for the That's what hell even the original Halloween 2. It's one kill here, another one down the line. You're gradually building up to who.
But there's no tension, is what I'm saying. At all.
There was tension. Can I ask you one thing, though, Nathan? What happened to the poll? The poll that was in favor of the movie. What did you do? Did you get rid of it? Did you delete it?
I mean, there were 13 votes, and 61% said good, and 38% said bad. So 61% of the people here obviously just don't know what they're talking about.
That's terrible. He's picking on you guys. Well, hey.
No, I go back to the thing. Like, this was strictly just to rile Joe up because I've been giving him shit all weekend because he's like, "What'd you think?" I'm like, "I thought it sucked," and he was like, "What? I'm gonna choke you." So I'm just like, "All right, well, we'll make it a gag." But if Joe liked it, I'm glad that he dug it. I'm glad that Trey dug it, especially because that is like his main go-to horror movie. Yeah. Franchise, so I'm glad that he liked it, but it seems very divisive. I've started looking at other people online. Yeah, I mean, but this one for whatever reason in particular, it's very people. It was fucking great, and people are like, that was the worst thing I've ever seen. So if you liked it, cool. Wasn't for me. I won't go back and watch it again. And I think what made it worse is I watched 18 the night before, and I'm like, the pacing of this to me is better and flows better and makes more sense. This just seemed like I said before, someone came up to him halfway through filming that one. Oh, we're gonna make a trilogy out of this. Oh, okay. It's just this was basically just a means to get to the third film.
And my holes are bigger.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Grim mentioned it. It was so I can see better, and I used some different tape to keep this shit off of my eyes, so I didn't have to resort to the Jason mask. So there, I can see clearly now.
Grim will notice something like that. I never noticed things like that.
I didn't know.
Now that the rain is gone,
I didn't think anybody would pay
You
attention
can see all
to my
obstacles
eyes.
in your way.
Oh dear God! All right, so yeah, if everybody is new to this channel, this is a Masters of the Universe podcast. We just had a quick random thing here, but we're gonna get into
Let's throw in some bits of pop culture too, things that are that we all can sink our teeth. Which reminds me, when I was watching the original Halloween, and the nurse is telling Loomis that. What really bothers me is their gibberish and how they go on and on and on. I thought, that's Joe. Just started laughing.
I guess I'm
busting out laughing on the couch thinking, like, oh my God, I can tell Nathan this. And then I started thinking about Joe breaks out and goes to the nearest drive-thru and he's like, he's gone from here. The hunger is gone. We don't want to get him out. And I just picture he goes back to his hometown. And it looks like he's stalking the babysitters, but he just pulls into the nearest drive-thru. It just looks like he's stalking them every day. No, he just pulls into Popeyes. Nah, McDonald's. And then he's sneaking around into people's houses, going after their food. And I was like, this is a great sequence where we would hire Corey Feldman to come in since he gave me a shitty experience at Mad Monster. Just say this line, Corey. And he runs over to the car. Mr. Officer, wait, there's people. There's this guy at my parents' house. He's eating all their food. And it's just Joe in there, like Michael Myers, just eating food. He's not killing anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the first little bit when he goes into someone's house, he's got like a big knife, right?
Yeah.
And you just see like it's implied, and you hear the noise. It's like shink.
Shonk,
Like
shonk.
you think that he killed somebody, but instead it just like went through a sandwich.
Yeah, or like
There's a
early
can of
Thanksgiving
Spam.
dinner, and Joe walks outside, and they go, Joey, and they pull, but we can't see his face because that's the whole and the magic.
Right.
So the camera pulls back, and you
There
see
you go.
behind Joe's face, and his parents are like, huh. With this knife covered in like what appears to be, I think it's blood, but yeah, it's just like ketchup and shit. And
You're taking out a bag out of my hand where it had Popeyes or something. They're holding it too as
Yeah.
they're all looking at you with
or
everything.
like your sister walks in, and Joey, and you're sitting there just slashing and slashing. No, what are you doing? And then she just prepared this nice dinner for your parents, and you ruined it because you couldn't wait. Because you're a fucking hungry bastard. And
Yeah, it's like a nice oven roasted turkey.
Yeah.
And he's just like completely shredded it. Yeah.
just
Yeah, I am that kind of
There's
person,
so much
admittedly.
fun we could have. And we figured, Rebecca could play the Laurie Strode character, and me and Nathan could play like Dr. Loomis and the cop again. We could have, and then we could have her play double duty, and she can play PJ Soul's character, and have John play the boy from the glasses and shit like that. And Joe's just sneaking into people's houses, like he just smells pot. He goes in there and sees the kids eat popcorn, and he just sneaks and grabs popcorn, like he's stalking. Looks like he's being a pervert. Now he just wants the popcorn on the table. Oh, she's throwing butter all over her clothes. He grabs the clothes so he can rub the butter all over his face. He's not interested in the half-naked Linda in the kitchen.
That food does feel delicious.
Joe could make such a great spoof of Halloween if we just use him. Like the night he came home to eat is the tagline.
Eat. I'll see what I can Photoshop. I'm gonna
And there's just like on the Michael Myers mask, there's just like mustard stain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make up something. I'll see what I
And we
can.
have like the pumpkin instead of the skull face for part 2. We have Joe's face carved in a pumpkin, just smiling. Oh my God, this is like Grandpa. Get on that poster tonight, and we'll get John to do some Photoshop as well.
Christ.
Oh my God, this is gonna be funny as hell.
That actually would be good. But let's get to the topic, which Tyler, it was your idea, and
It was?
was it?
No,
This is Nathan's idea.
That's all my ideas.
Everything that was
my God, I'm sorry.
Nathan threw this out to me. I was so far removed from this week, like whatever was talked about, I'm like, okay, that sounds good. That's why I made mistakes, missed things. I was sick. I was angry, so I was kind of checked out with a lot of stuff.
Well, I got to give Nathan credit. It was a good topic. Not saying he doesn't come up with good topics. I was just surprised. So go ahead though. Tell everybody the rationale behind it, the rating system, and go ahead.
All right. Well, in the past we've done our rankings of card backs, and I started thinking about it, and the last time especially that we did it, it turned into like, oh well, yeah, that one was mine too, and that one was mine too, and there was a little bit of difference, but not a lot. And I'm like, well, there are people on YouTube that do these things called tier lists, and I'm like, it might be kind of fun for us to do a tier list instead. That all three of us, and when Rebecca's here and we do this again, all four of us would have to work together to not necessarily say like, because with the tier there will be things at the bottom, but that in this case, because Tyler mentioned that, he's like, well, I don't think any of them are bad. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
don't.
well, that's fine.
Yeah.
But we can rank them in a certain way of like, let's say you're a kid and the replayability of it, like which toy would you, or vehicle or mount would you be pulling out of the toy box more often than the others, kind of thing.
Quickly,
And that's where
not to interrupt you, but I guess I am interrupting you. What's funny is you mentioned this last week. I seen one of these. It was the first time I ever seen one, and I didn't really understand. I was watching. It was Matt Stoney. He's one of those professional eaters, and he was rating the chicken sandwiches from all the restaurants. And, you know, most of them are good. There are some really shit ones, but he was rating, like, how can I put one over the other? And then even after he was done, I was like, okay, maybe I'd move this, but Popeyes was the top chicken sandwich. And then, like, the worst were, like, McDonald's, and I think Taco Bell tried some goofy-ass chicken sandwich. But I liked how he was doing it. He's like, you know, this is good, but, you know, it's not absolute perfection. I'll put it here and here. So that's what'll be interesting to see what we come up with. So you start with whatever
so
one you want.
it's not well, I guess in a roundabout way it is best to worst, but in this case it's just like this is the cream of the crop, and while still good, this
I'll be honest, I didn't ask you, are we all having a choice to put, or we have to come together to move this?
We all have to work together. So we'll go like, all right, well, you know,
Start it
let's
off.
just let's pop it up here. So we had the opportunity to change these, so we have S. Think about it like if you guys have played Resident Evil, and when you complete certain levels, it'll give you a rank. So like S rank is the best, and then we go A, B, C, and D. We couldn't really come up with any creative kind of names, and it probably wouldn't have been as cool. So I think kind of starting out with this, just automatically, I feel like Battle Cat and Panther need to be in the S class, because if you're a kid and you're into Masters of the Universe, like
It was
everybody
a
had
must.
those
Like,
two.
I only had Panther as a kid, and God, I loved playing with Panther so much.
Now, if we hypothetically, let's say you both said S and I said an A, is that
Yeah.
gonna with the two of you, since you both said S, it would just make it go to S then, or would we mix it like grades?
I would argue A though, because but even though I didn't have Strider and Night Stalker, I probably would have enjoyed them even more as a kid, because of the connection with Fisto and Jitsu, and I just thought they looked awesome.
How about
I was gonna give like, for my honest opinion, it's like collectively as all of them. Once I had them all, I mean, I'm experiencing them still all together. And there was ones that even like Battle Cat, as awesome as it was still like, okay, it's not like I played with it all the time, but I'm looking at them for what they are, of how they are cool looking. Some have more features to where they can do stuff more than others. Not meaning that's better. Some of the features on some actually just were boring, but I'll give my honest opinions on things. Like for me, for Battle Cat and Panther, I actually wouldn't throw them at an S. They were good, but I actually didn't want to. Half the time, even as a kid, I felt like I was wrecking them playing with them, and especially with Panther, I barely moved them. My Panther was one of the rare ones where the flock's not completely gone. So I put mine at an A, but if you guys said S, then keep it at S. But myself,
that's the beauty of this, is we can, even as we go, we can shift things around after we kind of talk about it. And apologies everyone with this, the images, on some of them it's going to crop the sides on them, so you can pretty much tell what is what. But Joe, I do think you bring up a good point with Panther.
Yeah.
Especially if you were, because we were all pretty much. All three of us were the same way when it came to our toys. We were very particular about wanting to keep them nice. So I can see with Panther,
you couldn't really,
with the flocking, not wanting to mess that up.
Yeah.
So I think A would be a good place to set that.
All right. Like you said, it might change along the way, but okay.
And I think what I'm gonna do, as well as we go through these, I'm gonna go ahead and just have them hold them at D, so we have them here on the tier list, and then we'll move them to the appropriate place. Would you guys want me to be really random about it, or would you like me to go in alphabetical order?
No, random's fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go with this. Let's start with this next one, because I think it could be argued that this isn't a mount. And in a roundabout way, I guess it is a vehicle, sort of, but I see it more as a carrying case, and that is Battle Bones.
Okay, now, this is why I was giving Nathan shit, because he forgot to do it, and I brought it up. He's like, it's a carrying case. I was like, yeah, but I said, but it does take them into battle. But honestly, Battle Bones looked cool. I liked the storage of the weapons in the mouth, but again, it was one I never really used, and Battle Bones would probably go to a C. The only thing that's keeping it from being a D is, I did like, yes, you could put a lot of them to display. It did have the feature to store the weapons, and you could bring them into the battle. I actually had two. It's the only vehicle that had two, one for the villains, one for the heroes. So that was kind of a plus for me, but it really wasn't much to it beyond a cool display into battle, and then you unload them. So a C, because it's not absolute shit, but it's not the most amazing. So I put Battle Bones myself at a C.
I'm gonna keep it at a D.
Okay.
I guess for a display purpose, sure, but I don't see anybody wanting to display it like that and putting a bunch of figures in it. And as a kid, this wouldn't be something that I feel like I would come back to. Maybe just using it as just a creature off to the side that maybe like He-Man's got, Skeletor's summoned him to fight He-Man or something, but I
never had him fight. I'll be honest. It was just bringing it to battle, a little storage. It was two of them. It was kind of cool, because I did do that when I would play and have my Snake Mountain Castle Grayskull. Have them come into meet, and then they'd get out of the Battle Bones to fight. But otherwise, no play value, just display value.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what brings it down
Okay.
quite a
What
bit.
about you, Tyler?
I probably would have liked it a lot because I was really big into dinosaurs, and I love the connection of the dinosaurs with He-Man in general. But I probably would have liked it a little bit more than you guys, though. But given like all the other because I'm going by because I loved everything that was He-Man. It didn't
Oh,
matter to
sure.
me if it was He-Man.
Oh no, I
It was all
agree.
great. But knowing the other steeds and other vehicles that came along, I think the excitement would have been risen even higher. For some of the other stuff. So I'd say C's not a bad spot to put Battle Bones because like Nathan said, I think every vehicle / weapon steed in this line is great. There isn't a bad one in the
But
line.
did you say D? Is that yours?
No, I said C.
C? All right, well then, I'd throw him up to C, Nathan. I would throw him to
Yeah.
C. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, good.
Well, let's see. Where would I like to go next? Wind Raider.
Oh, okay. For me, now this is the thing. Yeah, one of the first earliest vehicles looked really cool. The grappling hook I'd use at times, but I'll admit I kind of didn't play with it too much. I was more with, it's crazy. I was more with Battle Cat. Panther never really much more with Battle Cat, but Wind Raider, it looked cool, but it just felt damn, I wish it could have been more. I don't know. I'm not saying I wanted two figures to fit into it, which, yes, I could have made it better, but I didn't flip over to where I hated it or loved it. So from going from S, A, B, C, D, I'd still put it at a good solid B. It's not garbage. Again, I love them, just like Tyler said. I love all these vehicles, but it was one that definitely, when other things started coming out, it unfortunately just went to the side. But Wind Raider's iconic. It's being made every single time a line comes out. They give you the Wind Raider. It's in the cartoon. It's very iconic. But I'll still put it at a B because I never did backflips over it. It was good, but wasn't great, but wasn't shit.
Tyler, you can go ahead and go next. I'll go last.
I probably would have played with it a shitload because of its constant occurrence in the cartoon. So anything to me that I could reenact the cartoon with was a big deal because I didn't have that much. Probably B or a C. Because I already have a list of things that I would put in, or not, B. I'd say
Okay.
B, yeah.
I think B would be a nice solid spot for it. I don't know about you guys, but when it came to flying vehicles, I never dug them as much because when you're trying to play with them, like you're wanting to like hold it up and like run around with it.
Kind of
I
like
always
this
preferred
shithead
the
here.
ground-based stuff.
Right. Boring as fuck. I know what you mean.
I mean that's S class right there.
Yeah, shit class. We'll have to give a different S. SH for Stratos. But all right, good. Then we all agree a good solid B on the Wind Raider.
Let's go. Let's see. Let's go back. Let's go. Let's go with this one next because I'm kind of curious where this will land for both of you. Let's go with the Dragon Walker.
Okay, here now. That was, I think, something through Mattel, like through them when they were voting of a toy of the year through Mattel. It won because it was very creative, and I'll tell you what, it was cool. I remember taking it to my show and tell when I was a kid, and the kids were like, "Wow, look, it's cool." But admittedly, beyond that, it was slow. It didn't do much. I did have it going over a couple gaps I created, but Dragon Walker eventually sat because I was like, all right, is he going to get to the battle? And of course, then we see him in the cartoon. We've seen James Eatock make fun of it. I mean, I'm not wanting to shit on the Dragon Walker, but its feature is the only thing that saves.
Coming from.
Yeah, the feature of it moving.
Everyone shits on it though.
I know. Well, the feature of it moving is what saved it for me from being a D. It very fucking cool. Like, again, I love all these vehicles, but it's one that went to the side after a while, and and don't get me wrong, there's another vehicle that we're going to talk about later that is slow, but its purpose of being slow makes more sense. This, I'm going to have to throw it at a C just because I just didn't go nuts for the Dragon Walker. Cool, but
I would say C or D, just strictly from I could see myself getting this on Christmas morning and being really excited about it, and then throughout playing with it all day.
Because it is slow.
it would. I feel like I'd be like, all right. Well, I've done all I've needed to do with this, and then that, like you said, it would just sit, and all the other ones would I'd
Still
play with
cool,
those more.
very good design. I love the design.
Visually cool,
Yeah,
but
leaps and bounds above that stupid ass 2000X Dragon Walker that they made. This one, its design is beautiful, but Tyler.
Oh, definitely higher than you guys.
Okay.
Because I didn't get to have this. I saw it at Toys R Us in the early 90s and was denied getting it, and it was on clearance. So I'll never forget that memory.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was such a beautiful vehicle.
It is.
I love the color scheme of it. I love the He-Man logo on the side of it. I mean, it's to me, I just think it's a vehicle that goes over rough terrain. It's not meant to. I need to get from here to California, as quickly as possible.
California.
I think it's just and then Joe smells like shit because he's just trying to constantly play, double dragon and get 50,000 double dragon. Nathan comes in with a power glove.
That's right.
Nathan would be a good Lucas. But
that whole only child mentality. Oh yeah, he's the only one that has the power glove.
Yeah. But I would give it a B. I like the Dragon Wall. I like it a lot. I don't look at it instinctively or even instantly as this slow, shitty vehicle. Like the way Filmation depicted it, it didn't do it any favors. So but I still love the vehicle.
You said
lot.
a B?
I think I give it a B. Yeah.
And Nathan, what did you say? A D?
I said between C or D. So would C be like a good
Level
landing
it out.
spot?
Yeah,
because
if you were
right beside a Battle Bones.
Oh, we put it. It might change later, but I'd at least throw it to a C then and not a D. I'd throw it.
Well, here I'll move it to where I'll put him at the top of the C class. So he would be like a B minus, I guess, or a C plus.
Push Battle Bones over. And
we'll push Battle Bones over to the side in the C tier here. See, I wish Tyler could kind of see like the boxed ranking here. That way he could do that. Which I guess while we're doing that, I should move Battle Cat in front of Panther in the A class.
Yeah, definitely.
Up next, let's go with Spydor.
Now I was hoping you'd say that because I just talked about how Dragon Walker's slow, but Spydor, it makes sense. A spider is supposed to be creepy. Holy fuck, did I play the hell out of Spydor coming into battle. For me, it's there's not going to be... There's a lot of great vehicles, don't get me wrong. We love them all, but I'm only going to have a few that I consider S-Class. And Spydor, just to me, was the creepiest son of a bitch, and it worked. I myself put Spydor up in S. Fucking amazing looking, and it worked for what it was supposed to.
I between S or A for me, because you think about the pinchers in the front, the movement speed, it's got all that good shit going for it. Yeah. So, I would say S.
Oh, I mean, if you guys say S, I'll
Well, I mean, your process with it. Like, where would you put it?
I mean, since I wasn't even aware it was even a vehicle until sometime in the 90s. Because I honestly, because it showed up in Clash of the Hordak mini comic, and because Hordak was driving the Landshark, Skeletor was riding Spider. I thought Spider was Hordak's. I thought they were flip flopping, because I'll give you some of my guys to go into battle kind of thing. So I thought, you ride my vehicle, I ride yours. That was my logic. So it was years before I found out the Spider was even an actual vehicle, let alone Skeletor's. But when I saw it, I'm like, God, that's amazing. And the box art and its appearances in the mini comic and the commercials are fantastic too. But I wouldn't argue it's an iconic, powerful vehicle. So I mean, if you guys feel like it needs to be an S, I mean, I'm not going to argue it.
All right.
We'll put it there. S is for Spydor.
Got our first S.
Got our first S. Let's switch it up and let's hit up some dinosaurs.
Oh God!
It's gonna be
here we go. S. It's gonna be S. S for all
and go
three.
With Bionatops.
Oh, S, big S, because I didn't get to have Bionatops as a kid, but I didn't get the box over here.
Here we fucking go. I can see why. Now I'm glad you finally got to these dinosaurs because you're right. Dinosaurs just work. People are all over dinosaurs. Kids love that shit. And with Masters and seeing them combine to create something new, who didn't love it? And I had all three when they first came out. But there's one I have is my absolute S, and the others kind of awesome, but not as much as the 1. But Bionatops, I'm gonna put him at an A. I love his fucking design. I love it. I love all the guns, all the shit on him. But just a couple things held him back. I'll say why later when I get to another thing of what kept him from being an S. But you're right, Tyler. None of those dinosaurs are going under A for me.
And
They're
Triceratops
A or
was my
S.
favorite as a kid, like because he had the horns, which meant like it was defense against all of the dinosaurs. So
I'll give my rationale, but yeah,
heartbreaking I didn't have him.
Yeah, well, you do now. Mint and box. I'll give you $10
Yes,
for him. But yeah, I'll give A.
Yeah, well,
No, no. You don't have to piss me off.
Go ahead and show it off.
Here we go.
Let's see it. I want to see. No, I would actually.
Toys for $25 or $30.
Oh, for fuck's sake! This really pisses me off.
Absolutely wonderful here, people. It's a one-of-a-kind item here.
Yeah.
See,
don't
you just love that glowing
Put that
green
down.
logo? I mean, it just gives you an erection and hard nipples. That glowing green logo, man.
I kind of
right over here too.
I kind of want to get those.
Oh, here we go again. That's a lot of money.
They are very expensive, man. Jeez.
Well, what you A or S in them? You got A or S in them?
I mean, fuck, man. It's a dinosaur with guns. That's S. That's easy S.
Dude.
Okay.
Yeah, because we talk about this every so often. That is one property nowadays. If you are going to want to make a live action movie, I mean, they'd probably fuck it up.
Oh, they would.
If you're gonna Dino Riders is just like, it's why are you not doing that? Dinosaurs, lasers and shit. I know Jurassic World's kind of feels like it's shifting in that direction.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They'd probably get Chris Pratt to play Questar, and then I'd shoot myself in the head.
I can't believe he's gonna voice Mario in a Mario movie.
God. I'm like, the best thing he ever did was when James McAvoy broke a keyboard over his face and wanted. Yeah. I wish I could do that.
Let's I guess up next, let's do the Road Ripper. I'm kind of curious how you guys how this is gonna land.
I'd probably put that at a it was such a cool looking vehicle to me as a kid, though. Like, I didn't get it till elementary school, but I know up to that point it was an iconic, important vehicle. Almost like I kind of like put it next to the Wind Raider in terms of like, at least that was my perception of it. But I would probably have to put it D or C, in my opinion. Like, because I still love the vehicle, but in compared to the dinosaurs and some of the other things. It is like a low level like speed racer. I mean, it's a great looking. God, you know what? I feel like to say D is kind of insulting to it when I'm not trying to be.
Well, yeah, but I mean, with with the gimmick involved with it too, I kind of.
It was quick. It kind of like. I mean, you pull it, it goes. It was nice. It smack into something, but I a lot of times was afraid he was going to break my fucking figures, or he'd run into, like Castle Grayskull, Snake Mountain, and bust something. So I had to aim him in weird directions. It was fun, but I was like, For me, I know it's going to sound bizarre. It's like, okay, he's got the wheels. It kind of feels like a big wheel, a motorcycle, or some low-riding thing, and it felt weird to me. I mean, it was cool, but it was just, it was like one and done. So I put him at C just because its appeal wore off very quickly, because especially when you have a lot of cars as a kid rolling them. I was like, it's like a car on
I probably would have used the ripcord. If I had it when I was younger, I probably
that ripcord did make
held and just running it around with my hand, and it's because I'm used to doing that with all the other vehicles.
It really lost its appeal quick. So I'll see him. I put him at C myself. He just kind of really lost its fun factor, I guess.
Well, before I move it, Jingle Bellum says there's a local box by Onatops near me if anyone wants it. How much?
Nathan will buy that if there's a good deal. You let him know.
If it's Nathan. A good deal,
Message Nathan on Facebook.
We'll talk.
His Nazi scalper prices. He wants to pay someone who was like, I'm helping out a fellow fan price.
Yeah, right. With Road Ripper though. Joe, you said C?
Yeah, I said C. I mean, it's not complete.
And Tyler, you said C as well?
C or D.
Or did you say D?
C or D, yeah.
Well, if we put it into C, Now, where's this stacking up with Dragon Walker and Battle Bones?
I would put him myself between.
Dragon Walker goes up above Road Ripper.
Yeah, that's we're on the same wavelength. I put him in the middle between Dragon Walker and Battle Bones. Battle Bones still has to be last. So Dragon Walker, Road Ripper, Battle Bones.
I don't know, because that storyline of Battle Bones in the mini comic where you find out what he is, I would put Battle Bones above the Road Ripper because I like having that personality of like it's a creature that was commanding.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have had that creature though. Otherwise, we were just stuck with me.
But I like the Bones aspect, like given that these are the remains of a creature that lost its mate and it was doomed to wander. Like I like having that little sadness to it. So that's why I put it higher than Road Ripper.
Yeah. Still played with Road Ripper so much more than Battle Bones.
The thing is, all these would have been played with for me though. Like I'm not Joe the Snob, where I'm like, oh no, I ain't playing with that.
Jingle Bellum says $500 Canadian is what the store is listing it. I don't know if it's a ripoff. So $500 Canadian would definitely be a little less in American dollars.
Yeah, the exchange rate, what would it be in the United States? Like $4.65 or?
Yeah, I'm looking it up now.
It changes all the time.
Damn, that would be just slightly over $400.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad, but
we gotta see the pictures if it's good condition with that box.
How's the box? Is it a foreign box?
Jingle Bellum says that they have a pic on their phone, so.
All right, we'll have to get in touch with Nathan, see what's up.
I honestly I would say the easiest thing to do is click the link in the description for Joe, and then send him a message.
Okay. Or hell, you can go to the Fans of Power Facebook group.
That too, yeah. You can go in there and join up and then post it in the group.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I mean, $400 good price, but ask them if they do.
I'd say if you could take like $375 or something, or
yeah.
The shipping's your nuts off. Just get ready for that.
Yeah, I honestly I would probably have to pass because that is a little steep.
Still, I'm still suggesting to post it though because there might be somebody else in the group. So
that too, or someone that's in the group that lives in Canada it might work out and be a little cheaper for like shipping wise.
What sucks though is all these are just going to keep going up. That's unfortunate. That it's you got to come across somebody who just wants to move it and get rid of it, as opposed to like, no, I want $10,000.
Well, Jingle does say it has been sitting for a while, so they might be open to haggle. I don't know.
All right. What do you got next?
Would you pay $300 for it?
Oh, he would in a second.
Yeah, probably.
I paid $295 for Mantasar He-Man, so I mean. Paying that much,
but I do want to. I would like to see the condition of the box and everything. But could you imagine that if I bought it and then it gets here and then you and I can both show off our box bound tops and Joe can just sit there and be mad?
I have a boxed ornament for $6.
Yeah.
But
you're not even going to keep in the box. You got to hang that on a tree, right?
Well, of course, yeah. Take it right out. And that's what's good about these boxes. You just really can just pop the suckers right out easily.
Oh, no, I ripped it.
And then it pops there, and you can just pop it back in. So it's you can put it right back in. But yeah, this is kind of a goofy sculpt, but still cool, but not like the other one. I have down here.
Shitty attempt at doing filmation.
Where the hell did I have it? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nathan. You're on your next one. Go
on. Up next, let's go with the Talon Fighter.
Another iconic. Yeah, he knows. Again, iconic in the stories. I mean, hell, had the record book. That's a fucking amazing record book. 2 stories you got in that. You got the stuff with Zodak. It was badass. You've seen it in the cartoon where it stops and freezes in midair, but whatever. But it really was. I literally just sat that thing on Point Dread, and that was it. I can't say that. I did put, some characters in him like flying around, but it felt Wind Raider-ish, but Wind Raider was still cooler to me, even though that was kind of bland. So I unfortunately put it at a C. It is iconic, though. I think
Talon Fighter overall has a better visual than the Wind Raider.
Oh, it is.
I would agree.
With the Wind Raider,
it's more.
Oh, agreed.
Alpha,
I like it. I like the. Oh, it is. It is. I love the look of it. I like that you can get a couple figures in it. It has a spot to display on. Wind Raider, if you were doing some aspects to where I would sometimes have, like you said, you get your imagination going when you were a kid. I would have somebody like on top of Snake Mountain that need rescued, and I'd have them flying with the hook and try to always loop it under the person's arm and fly away. So, like he caught the grappling hook. So it had its purpose, but I had Wind Raider, like I said. I mean, that was around a B. I don't know if I said B like with all you guys or C, but I say C for Talon, or excuse me, Talon Fighter. I'll say C.
I'm putting it as B.
B. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say let's put it in B, but it could fall in line with C, and if we would put it in C, it would be at the top tier ahead. Well, Tyler would probably be like, would you put Talon? Would you put it? Well, obviously you would kind of put it ahead of Dragon Walker. So.
I put it up there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Well, because when I got the Talon Fighter as a kid, it was missing. I didn't have like the point dread part. I just got the Talon Fighter.
Oh.
And I think there were some pieces that were missing. But I played with it a lot because it was one of the few vehicles I owned as a kid, and that was it. But that Dragon Walker was. But I think about it, if I had it overall, and the mythos behind Point Dread, the box art, I love the idea of Point Dread being on a mountaintop, and you have to climb to get to the Talon Fighter.
Its record storybook is what really helped. I mean, it came with it, man.
Of significance that to me makes the Talon Fighter all the more special. So I have to put it higher than those. Yeah.
Okay. B is where it will land.
Yep.
Up next, let's go ahead and go with the Battle Ram.
Oh my God. Okay, I forgot. I do have another S. Holy shit. You're getting so much here. I mean, you're getting a flying vehicle that, yes, I don't flip over those, but you do get that. But then you get the battle ram parts, you get the missiles. And this is, I told you, it's the vehicle I played with possibly the most. When I set up the battles, and I've said it a million times, take 3 shots from the good guys, 3 from the bad guys. I'd have everybody set up around the castles. Me and my buddies would play, and we'd do target practice. The first person to knock down all their enemies won. Man, did I play. I played that into the fucking ground. It was perfection to me. And again, yeah, that's something that you did see in a lot of other pieces of canon and stuff and stories. So, but yeah, for play factor, oh my God, I didn't see anything wrong with it. You guys might have different thoughts, but I put that at an S. That's one of my S's right there is Battle Ram. Love that fucking thing.
If I had it as a kid, which I didn't, I'd been more about the Sky Sled because the Sky Sled was used so much in the cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big deal to me. It was an awesome vehicle. Like I could have pretended it was the war sled for Skeletor and his crew to ride, or just a Sky Sled. I'd been more about that than the actual Battle Ram itself. Even though I'd see the Battle Ram in Golden Books and it appeared in a few episodes here and there.
No, like what you said, the cartoon definitely would sell the front with the Sky Sled, but man, that Battle Ram feature with the missiles, I played that, like I said, to death so much. I was like, that really, it was fun. I love target practice shit anyways as a kid, trying to knock things down, and damn, that was a blast. So you're getting 2 for 1. You're getting the Sky Sled and you're getting this, and you could just put them together to fucking have a third type of thing.
I'd have to put it in an A.
An A? Okay.
Yeah, yep.
I'm gonna throw Joe a bone, I guess, and we can move it up to S class because that game that you played with your friends does sound like a lot of fun. That sounds like something I feel like I would have come up with too.
Yeah. Okay.
To do.
We would have had a good time playing with toys like the 3 of us. Like we're going to our neighbor's house, and we got to, because we're not playing out in the dirt and they get all muddy and shit.
No, I didn't do that.
You have to worry about that one kid likes to shoot toys with his damn BB gun. Like one of those redneck assholes.
I could just imagine like a playtime, the 3 of us as kids trying to like just be really careful with how we're playing with stuff and just probably getting mad at each other to a degree.
Nathan being mad at one of us, probably Joe. Because I got along pretty well. I was pretty low key.
When I did the Battle Rams, probably because I had to play with most of them on the carpet. I didn't like it in my room with the hardwood floor because I thought they were going to break.
I prefer carpet too because when you're on your knees a lot, so I need to have like soft surface because when you're playing on your knees a lot,
and especially if the figures fall, they're just going to fall on the cushiony the carpet instead of slamming on that hardwood. So all right, so the S for the Battle Ram.
Joe and I as kids, I don't think we would have got along.
We probably
not.
I feel like we were too much personality wise like the same, and we probably would have got on each other's nerves. We probably would have had fist fights.
I mean,
Yeah,
Nathan
probably
would
would
have
choke.
dropped a stack of books on your head, Joe, and he has done that before.
I bet he probably wouldn't. I would have wanted to choke the shit
Well,
out.
I mean that's because Josh wouldn't fucking wake up. Like I'm like, hey man, wake up, and he's just like, and I'm like, come on, dude, like we got to get up. So I just took a stack of Ultra Game Player magazines that he had. It was probably like a shitload of them.
I got mine still.
And just like held it above his head. Well, I was like standing up, and he's laying on the ground. So that's like what? Probably a good 5 feet,
Yeah.
right? And I just like drop it, and his shit just smack. He's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, you gotta get up, man.
All right, God forbid you shake him to wake him. You try to kill him, but whatever. All right, let's
I
move on
tried
the
to
next one.
do that.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
He doesn't. He would never wake up.
You smacked the shit out of him then. You don't throw books on him. You could have wrecked those books. Those are collector's items. All right, what's the next thing?
Well, let's go with Blaster Hawk.
Oh, okay. Now this is one that many people didn't play with. I didn't have any. None of my friends had this to experience it. They had to come over to my house. And here we go, Tyler. I know you fucking got your.
It's right over here.
How about you just
And
do
got
it first
got
before I talk?
As a birthday present as an adult, though. I didn't
Go
have
ahead,
this
Tyler,
as a
get it.
kid.
Go ahead, Tyler. Get it before I do my thing, so I don't lose my shit.
Why? I got it's tied between Stridor and the Fright Fighter.
All right, then leave it there. All right. Well, anyways, for me,
Or you want me to show it? Is that what you're? Or were you thinking I was like wanting to show off or something?
I thought you were going to show off that shit when you
No.
looked over. Oh no. Okay,
No,
good.
I'm just when you
All right.
said it. I mean, I got Spider. I guess I could have got him off the shelf here too.
That's okay. Nope, that's okay. All right, so, all right, well, obviously, Blaster Hawk not popping up in any fucking cartoons or anything. And I know sometimes people feel like they have to see something in a cartoon to make it fucking amazing, but that's a big fucking thing. Tyler can attest to that. He has it. It's a big vehicle. And
Yeah.
with those discs that you would load up, and I loved how they hovered because I was a Frisbee fanatic. I love playing Frisbee, and to me, they were like mini Frisbees. And when I wasn't playing with Battle Ram, that was my next thing. When that came out, I started playing the shit out of that. And I remember one time I shot it, and it landed right in my dad's cup of coffee. He's sitting there on his couch. He's drinking his coffee. He's holding the cup. I shot it, and landed right in his coffee. It's like, damn it, Joe. So we got
God damn it, Joey.
But, yeah, Joey, basically. Yeah, it was Joey at that time. I give it an S because I love the look of it. I played the hell out of it, but... yeah, I can't say anything wrong with it. It's one that you don't have to. I mean, okay, if you're doing it as a flying vehicle, unlike Wind Raider, where you can't shoot nothing out, you can fly and shoot. So you are getting more of a purpose and play value out of this. I put it as an S for me because it was a blast. I love well, no pun intended. Love Blaster Hawk.
I'm not sure where I'd rank it because it's a great looking vehicle, but you probably have to put it as a B or an A almost. I mean, because it's such a visually striking vehicle, and it's a two-way vehicle. It's an all-terrain and it's a flying vehicle as well. So
yeah, I could hover A wise. Yeah.
Yeah, A or B for me.
I'm gonna say let's put it at A, but definitely for me ranks behind Battle Cat and Panther for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put it above Battle Cat and Panther. The significance and the importance, and plus they just look fucking
Yeah.
cool.
Well, I mean, there was a part of me when coming up with the idea, and I had asked Tyler this, and I'm like, well, do we even include Battle Cat and Panther? Because, like, I mean, it just seems like that's a given.
No, there's still mounts, you know, like I said.
Yeah,
it's
I
still-
mean, but some people like are dismissive because they don't move. You know, like I'm like
True.
It's incidental. It means nothing. It's the value, the importance, the visual. You know.
Yeah, we had some other things that didn't move on this list.
Damn articulation.
Yeah, we still got more things that don't move that we'll get to at one point too. But
yeah, we still have quite a few here. Yeah. Let's go with Bashasaurus.
You know, I give it a B just because
I put it lower though for me.
For me, I did a B because I like the look because it gave me a dinosaur feel, obviously. But I was hesitant. I mean, super hesitant of wanting to hit my figures with it. And I know at no point did I ever go up to Castle Grayskull, Snake Mountain, whoever was in it, whatever the fuck, for whatever reason, who wants to play with it. I never made it hit any of those play sets. Looks cool. Had a quick, cool feature of just a big slamming thing, but I don't know, just you know what? B or C? I'm going to say C.
honestly, personally, I was gonna say C as
Yeah,
well.
I'm going C. Yeah.
It look visually it looks all right, but it's almost like too much of one color, or like it seems like it's
there's not
missing.
enough color breaks in it. It's not.
A lot of red, and those big black tires. But
I
no,
also don't see that as a bad thing, though. Like, I mean, the Dragon Walker is essentially all green.
but there was shades and tones. There was like highlights with
The Bashasaurus is all pretty much all one cell, like Fire Engine Red.
Yeah, like it's muted blind, like at a distance. You're like, what the fuck? But honestly, I think when you use that feature, that is a hard ram.
It is, and it moves hard. That's why you can only really use. Like, if I had it, I probably would have used only like with building blocks or like pillows you would use up for like terrains and stuff like that. It would never be used to. I'd be worried about damaging one of the figures.
Yeah, it looks like a paint chipper for sure.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh god, So, but yeah, just because of the damage it could cause to the other He-Man toys, I'd probably have to put it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I didn't do too much play. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I did a couple bashes, but I was afraid it would smash the shit out of stuff. And visually, from some parts of the front, cool, but altogether, I did make a Bashasaurus man, by the way, years ago, out of a classics figure.
Yes,
but
yeah,
there you go. But I'd say a C. It was good, but
Well, then are we going ahead of Dragon Walker, Road Ripper? Like, where do you want to put it?
You know what? I probably would put Bashasaurus then below them then, because I still like the Road Ripper and Dragon Walker better.
Yeah, and Tyler just upgrades it a little more me, because I would have put it between Dragon Walker and Road Ripper, but Tyler's going to do it between Road Ripper and probably Battle Bones. So
yeah, so we still got Battle Bones left.
Yeah, Battle Bones is just going to probably be in the back.
I don't know, maybe. Last. I would put Bashasaurus last at this point.
Really? Ooh,
yes.
That's a surprise. Oh,
yeah. I told you that mini comic goes a long way, man.
Okay.
I'm still gonna keep Battle Bones last because I'm gonna let majority.
Oh, but I'm not gonna. I can't argue that. Like, that's just my perspective. So I understand that though.
Up next, we haven't done one of these yet, and I know where it's gonna go. Let's go with Night Stalker.
Yes. Yes. Here we are.
Well, Joe's thinking.
Yeah, we need to see a visual.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Every one, he's got all these boxes.
I got this for $20 from a store from Jersey.
Of course you did, Tyler. Of course you did.
In the summer when I had only allowance and lawn mowing money. Look at that awesome seeing Mecha Neck and Battle Armor He-Man on there. See that there, people? Just one more time there. God. Oh, look at the exploding red rock there with its name on there.
Awesome looking piece, especially display with Jitsu and stuff.
Yeah, that purple and gold and black. Oh my god.
And this is something, again, yes, you don't have posing legs, you have some guns and shit. But, honestly, it's weird. There's two of the same. We have, Night Stalker.
Yeah.
And we have Stridor. Stridor, even though they're the same, I probably will rank him higher from certain reasons. But Night Stalker, I don't want to be pissing people off, but I'm saying B. It was. I'm sorry.
Are you out of your mind?
It was good, but he was one I rarely played with. It was cool looking, but so I'm being him.
No.
Oh, Grimbot's wondering what S is. S is the perfection. Grimbot, the top of the line.
Yeah, think about video games like mostly. I think Capcom does this a lot with Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, and that's.
Did they?
Yeah, it's where. No,
just I do remember the S.
Not that I remember
games, but I was like, I didn't know if they ever said what S meant, but like if it stood for a word. But okay, but that's it. Yeah. Right, so I say a B. I'm sorry, Tyler, but Tyler says S. What about BS? Oh my God, look at that.
Well,
Nathan's kind of the deciding factor on this one here.
I think A. I think A would be a good place to put it.
Okay.
Well, because I think it's a good middle ground between what you guys both rank, and I love it, and I love the look of it. and I think it's up there with Battlecat and Panther. So I
We're
think
at
A
though,
would be.
because I still played with Battlecat more. I played with Blastoise more. I barely played with Panther. I would put him myself between Panther and Blastoise. That's me, but he can't beat Battlecat.
Oh no, if I had Night Stalker or Strike, either one, I would have played the shit out of either one of them. It wouldn't even. I mean, it was. I had such an obsession with these two horses as a kid. It was just unbelievable how much I wanted them. So.
Well, now, well, you know what? Let's move on to Stridor, which would obviously be an S
for
for
me,
you,
so.
Joe.
And I put him at an A. I put him at an
Okay.
A.
God,
I
hate you.
All right.
I wanted these horses to be top of the line, man.
So if
It's up to Nathan.
well, if you gotta rank one higher than the other, I would say Night Stalker just based off of the color scheme.
Yeah,
I think the color scheme
yeah.
puts that above Stridor.
Yeah.
So since Tyler can't see it, in the A rank we have Battlecat, Night Stalker, Stridor, Panther, and then Blaster.
Okay.
Uh,
Grimbot's mad at me. He said Battlecat not being S is lame. You can blame me.
well, hey, I was the one that was like, I feel like these need to be in the S, but
That's all,
hey,
Grim.
no.
Sorry about that, Grim, buddy.
Yeah, he's got a good
He's gonna-
picture, Joe. You might be getting a lot of hate mail from him later.
He's gonna unfriend me on Facebook. I'm gonna go there and I won't see him. Nowhere he blocked me. It's like, how did that happen? You fucking put Battlecat at A. We'll see.
Let's go with Laser Bolts.
You know what?
Laser
Sure.
bolts. I give it a B.
Yeah, and Laserbolt, sure, had an appearance in the cartoon.
Yeah.
But I remember the commercial, how cool they made it look when they'd go and pop up and ready to go for battle, and I tried to recreate that, and that shit never worked. And so it was cool for a quick little roll. I'm myself and saying C just because... oh my god, another box. Can you just fucking cut his camera? Nathan, cut Tyler's camera. This is getting ridiculous.
Gee, I didn't know you had. I didn't realize you had that many boxed vehicles, man.
Yeah, dude. I got this at Happy's Flea Market back in the old days. Back in
What,
high school.
$20? What, $20 for that?
It was pretty cheap, yeah.
Of course. Fucking
Jesus.
course.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, you said B. I said C. What do you say, Nathan? Fucking box.
I'm
I
gonna
can give
I'm
a
gonna
battle
put
bonus
it.
too, if you like.
No.
Which actually, I have a.
Yeah, that's right. Nathan's
battle
got one
bonus
behind
right
him
there.
too, there, Joe.
Yeah.
Everybody's chopping
I
me.
mean-
That's okay. That's all right. I don't care.
I got that giant Stratos standing on top of the box. I think I would put it in B. Even though Joe had a hard time working the gimmick, I feel like that extends its playtime a little higher than Road Ripper.
Oh,
for
most
me.
definitely.
And visually, really cool looking. Even though there is a lot of similarities between that and the Road Ripper design wise.
But I think it looks more between the if I just looking it's such an odd that face design on there, you're not even quite sure what that's supposed to be. Like the Road Ripper almost kind of bird-like on the front, but this is kind of what the hell is it? But I kind of think that's what makes it quite interesting. And
I think Joe's just pissed that you're showing the box off again.
He might be.
I'm just
But
waiting
it's a
to
good
see what the
reason to
fuck
do
he
it.
has next. Like, what else is he going to have in a box that's going to piss me off? But, okay, what's next, Nathan? I can't wait.
Let's go tried and true. Feel like every kid had this. Still relatively cheap to get vintage complete. Let's go with the Roton.
That's iconic. That's up as a kid. If I had that, I mean that was something I probably would have to put that as an S, just because of the visual alone. It had the significance of it being one of Skeletor's top tier vehicles.
And, again,
maybe A. I'll give it A. Put it A.
All right. I like I said, I like the Roton. Seeing it's supposed to be a flying vehicle was weird because when you roll it on the ground, the blades spin on it. So I never really used it as a flying vehicle as they kind of wanted to show as it's supposedly supposed to be. Then came, and this is what's weird. This is what's going to make me kind of. I'm giving you my experience as a kid, so this is why I'm being honest.
We're gonna peel back the curtain on the mythology of Joe Amato
of playing with things. This Roton in my collection basically went to the side when Monogram released their Roton. because it rolled too. It was one you put together, was a plastic model set, but it had this cool fucking like canopy, this thing that
I
covered
don't like
the
that though. I
doors.
thought that looked
I
goofy
thought it
when
was
I
cool
saw
as
that,
shit.
though.
I still have it, and as a kid, I was like, it even looks more wicked. Like the teeth and everything, the eyes, like the eyes, I think were actually sculpted in and not just stickers, but it looked so fucking cool. It became my new Roton. It was the only one of the monograms, by the way, that replaced. Because when we talk about another two, I didn't mention the one, like their Talon Fighter was horrendous. The monogram one, horrendous. And their attack track is just weird as shit because there's no batteries. But my monogram took the place of this one. So this one, it's going to be an unfavorable opinion, but I'm going to say a C just because, I don't know. It lost its...
Are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
I'm
That'd
sorry,
make
I
a great
see them.
T-shirt for our fans of power, like like an angry face to me. Are you out of your mind?
It's weird. It's like
Nah, yeah, that would.
Yeah.
as you know, the internet came around, people started talking, and then we started getting versions for classics and other things, and all these other little versions through all these other fucking spin-off lines, third-party things. It's like it caught more fire in the community. But as a kid, it was really kind of bland. None of my friends and I really played much with it. I don't know. I see it. I put it as C. So there, everybody can be pissed at me.
It's kind of tough because, as Tyler said, and I agree with him on this, this is an iconic thing. Like, having been out of it for so long, when it came to vehicles, obviously Battlecat and Panther and Night Stalker and Stridor, there's certain vehicles that when I would see them somewhere out and about, like flea markets, whatever, I would see it and I would immediately recognize it, and this is one of those vehicles. Like if you would have shown me Mantasar, I probably would have been like, well, it kind of looks like something, but
Well, you know what?
even like the
kinda
Road Ripper,
small,
if I saw that.
Rotom actually it's kind of small. It didn't have much of appeal. Like as a kid, what do you think as a kid? Do you think you would have really went nuts with it, Nathan? I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not saying that has times of hell, yeah, but
Yeah, damn right.
you know, it's... Let me hold on a second. Oh no, I can't get up. Damn it! I was gonna get my Rotom over here and just show, but
Well, why can't you get up? You're not wearing pants?
no, I can't have you guys.
Are visible.
Hold on. Let's see if this. Wait, watch, that won't work. Let's see if I'm blocked. Good, I'm blocked. I'm gonna go get it. Hopefully that doesn't fall.
I
He
don't.
didn't
Yeah, I
want
don't
to see what's
understand.
behind him, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's probably, unless it's a tied up hooker, which very well could be.
This one's probably not unconscious though.
Right. I can't believe Joe ranked that so low.
Yeah, me too.
I
hope Deuce, and hope you're making that hate mail like longer and longer.
For me, I think this is definitely an A. I think
Yeah.
this deserves to be up there with everybody else.
Okay, hold on. I'm not trying to believe me. I'm not trying to sway anybody's mind, but it's a really just small. Just it kind of looks cool, but I don't know.
But you think of that Earl Gnome poster where they're taking on Roboto, like several of those air assault vehicles. Like that's what the Roton is, man.
Yeah, I know. It's just it kind of really lost its appeal. It's like, yeah.
It's so visually striking. The teeth and the eyes, and you get the two gun laser cannons right there. Like it's a vehicle of destruction. It cuts through anything with the blade there and shoots down the place, and it can fly. Joe's just trying to make it. He's like he's Encino Man right now. Like he doesn't quite understand what he's playing with.
Yeah, it's okay, but yeah. So
Next
what did you guys
introduce Joe to the 4 basic food groups?
That's it.
Yeah, I was with Tyler. I put it here in the A tier.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's A tier.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe.
That's no problem. All right.
So we're down to the last 6 here. Let's go back to the dinosaurs and let's go with Turbodactyl.
I'm A-ing them. I love Turbodactyl. It's not my favorite of the dinosaurs, but I did love that sumbitch. I like doing the little grabbing feature. You know, he's supposed to, have his little missiles that represent when we shoot shit. Has cool wings. It was fun. It was another thing you had to go like this for, but at least, he could swoop in. I'd have it, boom, grabs. Yeah, and you have a swoop, grab, and go, and it was fun. So Turbodactyl, I'll A Turbodactyl.
S for me.
See, I would rank it a little bit lower and give it a B. I think it's easily the weakest of the
He was
three.
for
Oh, I
me.
love the
For me, he
color scheme
was.
with the green and the brown. Oh, God, no, there's nothing low about him.
No, I mean out of
I mean,
three,
do I have
I
to get him
do
off the
rank
shelf
him
right
the
here?
lowest. He was my lowest out of all three. I mean, and what's funny is at least he can kind of do something compared to Bionatops, but Bionatops still had such a striking look, and with all them goddamn guns, just it looked more imposing. But yeah, Turbodactyl, it just was blah to me.
What?
But an A blah.
Dude, you people. Well, of course, my Turbodactyl
Out of the three, he is the lowest.
He's the lowest of the three. I'm with
He's the
Joe on
lowest.
that
He's
one.
the
No,
lowest of the three.
I mean, come on, people. Like, you telling me that this beautiful handcrafted.
Now you're doing what Joe did with the Roton.
Wait,
That damn
can't
head.
help it.
You know
It
what's
fell off the shelf and the chip broke off, and I'm like, son of a
Oh,
bitch.
his head fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty old.
No, I will say something what Tyler just showed right there. That figure, or excuse me, that mount suffered from that damn head problem. And I seen so many that popped up on eBay that didn't even have the top part of the head. It was always
That's what happened to
missing.
my original one as a kid. Like,
Yeah.
The pieces eventually broke off, and it just went missing in action. I don't know whatever happened to it, honestly.
Mine is still together, but I would get nervous with that thing. So they're all great. Like I said, I don't hate any of them, but he's the lowest of the three dinosaurs.
There is no low.
I'll put it at the bottom of the A tier.
All right. So yeah, he's all right, bottom of the game. All right.
Well, I mean, Grimm's saying this whole thing's rigged, and JSP is like, you have two of the iconic vehicles are a B. That's the beauty of it.
Blame, the mighty Joe, for that decision there, because I'm trying to, stay in touch with the people there and let everyone know that, these are all great. And Joe's like, yeah, I just gotta look at it and throw it in the corner. And
oh shit! What's that?
Oh, like Joe gets it for his birthday. He's like scratching his ass, like, what do I do with it? Oh. Yeah, just
Christ.
Let's go next with Mantasar, because I feel like this is easily like one of the most bizarre vehicles and slash mounts like in this entire run.
He had a weird issue with this saddle. I'll let you know that I think most people experience that too. The saddle was weird, but very fucking wicked looking. Especially, do you have in the box art they had it and talking about the swarm of bees that, of course, he doesn't come with that, but just knowing that there's more to him beyond what it looks like. But as for play value, didn't have that. But to see that, hey, Hordak has his fucking mount now. He has his own mount. And it's a creepy looking sumbitch. I mean, that's a creepy looking fucker. There's not any special features of motion and shit, but it's posable.
But it don't need to be.
As hell.
Yeah,
it doesn't need to.
I can get, I don't watch any other channels where they sit there and dissect. It's just kind of like it.
I put him at a B though. It's very good. It's not an S to me. It's not perfection. It is not crap, but it's a good ass looking fucking mount.
I would put it as a B. I'd put it as a B plus, almost an A.
Yeah, if we could have a plus, yeah.
So would you rank that above Wind Raider and Talon Fighter?
And
the laser bolt?
Myself,
I will not put Mantasar over the Talon Fighter. No.
Okay. So, well, what about Laser Bolt? Would you put him over on Laser Bolt?
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure most people are like, "What?" Because everyone's like, "Yeah, that's a D right there." Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. Battle Bones is D. Battle Bones is D. We got to have something there, and that's at the bottom. So.
There, now you pissed off Tyler. There you go. I thought I was the only one that was doing that.
You had to pull out my inner Michael Bolton there. Are you happy?
Yeah. Oh man. So the last four that we have, I feel, are definitely heavy hitters. Let's go next with Landshark.
Oh my God.
That's
the
look of it. That. I mean, it appeared in so much shit.
Say that the Roton's doesn't deserve that he better say the Landshark.
As you know, I'm the one that kept trying to promote that if they were to do another vehicle for the Evil Warriors, they need to have the Landshark. It's so fucking iconic, but we keep getting fucking Roton a million times. But no, Landshark is just perfection to me. Looks so goddamn wicked. I love the goddamn jaws fucking dun, dun, dun. I love that feature pushing it. I put that fucker at S because Landshark, I did not hate that at all, and I played with that fucker a lot too. That's an S.
Motu Matthew, Battle Bones was just a figure weapon carrier. I agree. I didn't even want it on the list because I didn't think that it counted. To me, it just doesn't count. But yeah, whatever. It's on there. It's at the bottom. It's fine.
I had to convince. I had to convince Nathan to put it up there. He didn't want to put it up. I was like, no, he does belong there. But all right, what's the next one, Nathan?
Well, before we move to the next one, in terms of Landshark being here in the S tier, how would you put it?
I like where it's at so far. I still like where you have it right now.
All right, so in the S tier at the top right now, we have a Spydor, followed by Biontops, and then we have the Battle Ram, and then Landshark.
I like just that because I know how I
Ram and the S. That's me there. We gotta make
that is true. I did throw a bone to Joe for that one.
Yeah.
But damn, I mean, again, it is an iconic vehicle. Like you said, it's been in tons of the comics. The Sky Sled, of course.
You cannot put that above Stridor. Stridor is going to make.
Look at he's Stridor's stuck in A. Stridor's stuck in the middle.
No, it's not stuck because once we have everybody in there, I'm gonna announce this and then we will make our.
We haven't even addressed Stridor yet.
yeah, we have.
We did.
Yeah, but when Stridor was in there, when we talked about Night Stalker, I'm like, well, let's go ahead and put Stridor in here.
I guess we didn't devote an entire segment. I guess it was just, all right, fine, and just rush through them. I hate you all.
Rush through them. It's almost 10:30. We're not rushing through anything.
I got to be in bed at 11 o'clock. I'm going to hurry the hell up. And there better be some damn good questions tonight. I'm letting you guys know, don't be asking me shitty questions tonight. I want good, hard-hitting, brain, stumpers, some good, interesting shit.
Don't
be asking what we think about Origins or some shit like that.
He's had like this whole cold allergy thing all week, and he's been grumpy even more so than usual. So just.
He ain't kidding. I've been mad as fuck all week. I have been very angry. Angriest I've been in a long time.
Well, it's probably for the best that you didn't watch that piece of shit Halloween Kills, because it probably would have made it worse.
Get to the next one.
Let's go with Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh, my God. That's absolute S. That one, look what you got going. You got one of the baddest looking fucking dinosaurs. You also have it to where it can be something to where it could be for King Hiss to get into it as his mount. You got that chomping of his jaw, but you have the coolest goddamn thing in history is the Mecha Drone. You wind that up, put it in his chest, you pull back that lever, and it goes flying.
That as a kid. God,
me too. That's what I said. That is the first thing I sculpted as a kid in school. I told you I loved it so much that I made King Hiss with 4 snake arms and in his head, and then I made the Mecha Drone sit next to him. I sculpted that in class while everybody else was making ashtrays. I made that. The teacher freaked out looking like, what is that? And I still have that to this day over on my shelf. Yes, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Perfection. That's an S. Hell, and if for me, I would be putting him ahead of, I'd be putting him ahead of fucking Battle Ram, ahead of Landshark, ahead of Biontops. Yeah, Spydor's just fucking goddamn wicked. Ooh, that's tough. I might have to decide.
I would put the T-Rex over Spydor, though.
Oh, yeah, because I did play with him more. Spydor was fucking wicked.
We'll get there when we make like our final adjustments and assessments.
All right.
Attack Track.
Oh, I love Attack Track. Goddamn, those the batteries and everything, and the way it flops. Sure, some people were used to the Filmation look. They had different experiences of it, but I love the hell out of it. But I didn't want that smashing anything. But it was another one that was cool. You get it going and seeing them treads going. It was a cool ass gimmick. It's an A, not an S for me, but it's a solid A. I love that. I would put it ahead of everything else I see in A, and I know that's going to piss everybody off in the chat room and you guys here, but I love the Attack Track, so I give it an A.
I'd probably have to put it lower because I've always had my preferences as the Filmation, where it's more like a big transport where you can carry multiple characters, and that's what I always knew it to be, or at least as a kid. Even though the actual Attack Track itself is a beautiful piece of it's a masterpiece, but I can't put it in the A, certainly not the S. I'd probably have to put it either.
You can't put it in the ass. You said I can't put it in the A. You can't put it in the ass.
Joe's thinking about shoving things up his ass. So Joe, no, I'm not. Maybe I can shove it up your ass if you want.
I bet Joe probably did that at one point. Pulled a jackass and was like, "Oh, look at this Hot Wheels."
Because I said,
puts in a condom and lubes it up
Tyler,
and shoves it up his ass.
I said A, and everybody in the chat has said S, and they're ready to freak out with where you put it. Where are you going to put it?
I don't care if they freak out because that formation design is superior than the one that we got in toy form. It just is. So I'm going to have to put, in my opinion, the Tac Track probably low B, high C.
Ay, God.
Hey, you have no room to talk, Joe. You have no room to talk.
I do.
I'm gonna side with Tyler on this one. I think B is a good place to put it. I think as a kid,
all the B's that are there, you better put him in the fucking front then.
Over who?
Over Wind Raider and Talon Fighter.
I'm putting Laser Bolt and Talon Fighter over that.
See, I feel like I would play with Attack Track more than those because, as I said before, I'm not big on like flying vehicles. Like trying to play with, I always, even as a kid, felt really stupid. Like,
I didn't feel stupid, but I didn't make sound effects. But I just in my mind like pretending what it would be doing, and I had to run all over the room. It had to be right to where I'm playing at, so you just kind of give yourself the. So no.
I think the top of B for now, because we need to make our final judgments, would be a good place to put it. And last, and certainly not least, the Fright Fighter.
I am giving that an S. It is the biggest. I'm S-ing it because
I'm not going to argue that because it's a work. I mean,
that
is
a monster.
To complete the line, so.
Yeah, and that is the biggest sumbitch you would see. It is huge. Gigantic. It's. I mean, aesthetically, so fucking cool. And then to pull that trigger and watching those, the wings of it going.
The wings still work.
See, that's when that would be my kind of flying vehicle. I can do something to where it's actually giving the movement of like, oh wow, it's flying.
It's coming to fly in the back.
With that, you almost feel like this is like Skeletor's grand entrance is showing up in that.
That's what I mean. It's ultimate. That is so fucking amazing. And nobody talks about the Fright Fighter, which I hate. I'm like, why does nobody talk about this vehicle? But I'm putting that S perfection. Love that fucking thing.
So you say S, Tyler says A. That's a tough. I'm gonna go with A. And I'm gonna put it after the mounts of Battlecat, Panther, Stridor, and Night Stalker. So there we go. We have them set here. Now's the time where I will start from the bottom and we'll work our way up and make our final assessment. Battle Bones is staying at D. Fuck you guys, don't care.
Okay.
So in C we have Dragon Walker, Road Ripper, Bashasaurus.
I don't see any changes. I think that would be fucking staying.
I'm with you. I think that's.
I think Battle Bones needs to be raised up and Bashasaurus dropped. That'd be my.
Oh, goddamn! That's fucking rotten.
No, Battle Bones gotta stay at the bottom.
All right, what's in?
Shouldn't even have been on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So with B, our controversial B tier that everyone is like, 3 iconic vehicles are in this tier. We have Attack Track, we have Wind Raider, we have Talon Fighter, we have Mantasar, and we have Laser Bolt. I do feel like I feel like Wind Raider needs to be in A.
They or Talon Fighter. I think either one of them needs to be risen up a level.
I think Wind Raider. Well, I would say Wind Raider higher just because of its presence in the show.
I can't argue that. Okay.
I mean, we can always just leave it there, Joe. You're kind of.
No, do you want to throw Wind Raider? I could understand Wind Raider moving up to A. For me, I wouldn't want to do Talon Fighter just because fuck it, it was boring to play with.
Do Talon Fighter.
Yeah, Talon Fighter to me was just boring as shit. It was just a display piece. But the
You're
record book
boring as
sold
shit
it.
to me, Joe.
Ain't I?
I'm taking my toys. I'm going home.
But the record book, oh yeah, just sold it for me. But its appearance in Filmation, I was like, who gives a fuck? It's stopping in midair. Fuck
I
this.
remember I was so
But
excited when I saw that in Orca.
I was so let down. I was like, that's it.
I have that.
And I was like, it stops in air right in front of the drawbridge. Like,
so
this is
hover in air. You think that's a fault?
Oh, I hate it. It was at an angle. It was like this. It was like, take this box. It was like, I was like, oh, that's fucking great. I hate it. I wanted more of it in the cartoon. So yeah, I can see Wind Raider going to A though. I can see it. Not that fucking Talon Fighter though. Stupid bitch.
What if we moved them both up?
Nah, fuck that.
But what has to come down?
Nothing would have to come down.
Well, then move them up.
That's the beauty of these.
Leave that shitty fucking.
Well, let's do this. Since actually, what I could do. Well, I'll just read. I was gonna like screen cap it and send it to Tyler so he could actually see where we have everything placed.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
In the A tier, we have Battlecat, Panther. Well, in the order it goes here, I have Battlecat, Night Stalker, Stridor, Panther, Fright Fighter, Roton. We have Joe's favorite, Blasterhawk, and Turbodactyl. So
I feel like so much that needs to be risen to S though. Honestly, like both tigers, or both cats, both horses. The Fright Fighter needs to be up, and I just God. And I think that we need to drop the Battle Ram to A.
Oh, son of a bitch. No, I'll take the Fright Fighter and throw that fucker right behind Battlecat. I'd have Battlecat, then Fright Fighter, then all the other shit.
See, but what I did at the beginning, I'm glad Tyler said that.
You can't argue. They are perfection. They are about as iconic as you are ever going to get.
I think Battlecat and Panther need to be S. For sure.
I'd keep Panther fucking A.
Fuck you.
What? Like, yeah, fuck you, man. Yes, fuck you too. Come into America moment.
Man. There we go.
Oh, Christ. Well, then you better put Fright Fighter at the top of fucking A then. Put him ahead of the other fuckers. If you're going to put Battlecat.
Ahead of Night Stalker. Strike Stalker.
Yes.
Strike Stalker.
Yes.
Night Stalker
right
and Stridor. They are above everybody. They should be in the top S.
Yeah, they're just sitting there just looking pretty. You're going to put Fright Fighter right ahead.
They horse shit on your head.
They could, a mechanical one to be leaking oil and all that shit. But no, you're going to take Fright Fighter. You put that sumbitch right ahead of Night Stalker and fucking Stridor. Fuck them. You just throw them to the back. Throw them to the back of A and put Fright Fighter right there ahead of them. That's how it should be. Play value, you'd play the shit out of them. Instead of, I'm going to come into battle. Night Stalker and Stridor.
Joe obviously was brain dead in shock because you couldn't imagine jack shit.
Look at this. What am I going to do? It's like they look cool, but they didn't do shit. But Fright Fighter looked bad.
I've ever seen a person smash your head clean out of your ass instead of
Fright Fighter not only looked awesome, but it had a gimmick.
I'm
it
not
was
denying
the
that.
shit.
Night
And it
Stalker are the top of the. They are the best of the best.
Top of shit. Put them right back. Put Fright Fighter ahead of them two some bitches and stick them in the back. Have them just sitting there looking pretty.
Grandbot. I want him to speak up quickly. Am I wrong, Grandbot, about that? Am I wrong?
I mean, well, Grim says Justice, but I think that's because the only thing I've moved into S so far is Battlecat and Panther.
Yeah, but I want Justice for Night Stalker and Stridor, damn it.
I do think Night Stalker and Stridor need to be S.
S? Are you fucking insane? Those are
No, I'm not.
Get the hell out of you crazy. You're out your goddamn mind.
Because like Tyler said, those four are iconic.
Well, they're iconic, but it doesn't mean they were fucking fun to play with and everything else.
Yeah,
they
you
just
said
sat
the
there.
about Roton, you prick.
Yeah. Goddamn Roton. That's another A. Just stick it in A. Fright Fighter needs to be ahead, but those two suckers, they don't deserve
I'm not going to deny Fright Fighter deserves to be in the S tier, but those four mounts, they are the cream of the crop. You don't have other than he's going to put over the leg somewhere. So you are turning on these beloved characters just to prove a point.
Well, and now Grim says no, and I don't know what he's saying no to.
No. All right, you know what? You can go to hell.
That's cool. He looks cool as shit, but I never
okay.
played with
Well,
him.
I tell you what,
I
Joe.
never
Let me
played
grab
with
my
him.
mitten box Stridor over here, and let me.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. He had to do it. He had to do it.
Well, hey,
Son
see, Joe
of a-
decided to get cute and smartass, so now I gotta, bury him 6 feet under here. I mean, come on, people. You're gonna tell me this doesn't deserve to
That's
be in the
uncalled
S?
for right there. That's
Look at that. Look at that.
that's
I think the only thing that could have made that better is if Fisto would have been there on the box art
If I had
over
the
He-Man.
2-pack box art, that would have been awesome. But that's one of those holy grails I'll never see in person.
that was a,
So-
that was a low blow.
Do they go up on eBay at all?
Oh, very rarely do you see any of those 2-packs. I always look for the Jitsu Night Stalker one first, and it's hard to even find one auction for it because they're so damn rare.
No, I mean, like I said, I'll be honest. I mean, like I said, he does look amazing, but beyond that, I didn't really play much with him. I don't know if I was worried about the damaging of him, but it's like he was cool to be as a cool looking mount. But beyond that, I was like, I didn't consider this something that as a kid I went nuts with.
I just always
fun
saw
with.
it as like such a trustworthy, up right there with Battle Cat. Is like I would love to have had Stridor as a friend, like as my own personal mount.
Like
I just thought he was so awesome.
This is one striking. Both of them are very striking looking. They look amazing. Like I said, I'm just being honest. From when I was a kid and when it was time to play, he got barely any play value. He was more of just sitting there.
All right.
The others, I'd
All
pay
right.
the hell.
Oh,
Here's
so
what
what if we were asking about Trotbot, Joe? Are you gonna put him in the same lot as well?
Here's what I think we should do. Let's leave Night Stalker and Stridor at A, but I want them to be at the very top of A. I'm gonna move Wind Raider into A. I'm gonna move Talon Fighter into A because I think they both deserve to be a little bit higher than they do. But we'll put them here behind everything else in A. I am also gonna drop Battle Ram down to A.
You motherfucker!
And I'm gonna
Okay.
And I'm gonna put it in the middle of A, so it's gonna be behind
Where's the table?
Fright Fighter and
Where
the
is
Roadhog.
table to flip around here? This is horse shit.
Well, you can always flip your mask off, Joe.
I'd like to flip you off, you fucker. This is bullshit.
I mean, that you could do all of these things, Joe.
Well, you better take Fright Fighter and put him up to S. He needs to be at least, if he's going to be behind Panther, but he needs to be an S. Fright Fighter is that's fucking amazing. That's perfection right there. You play the shit out of it. It looks like it's the most imposing and giant fucking vehicle.
If Battle gets dropped down to A, then we can move the Fright Fighter up in its place, can't we?
Yeah, put it right there behind.
I mean, we can do whatever we want.
Well, yeah, so we got Battle Cat and Panther are in the top tier, right? They're in S now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I'm fine with moving Fright Fighter. If I'm not getting my horses up, on where they should be in the top tier.
Right.
If we're not going to give in to my demands on that one, then I'm more than fine moving Fright Fighter up.
Well, let me. I am gonna screen cap it really fast and send it to you, Tyler, so you can get an idea. Because I think we may have finally settled this. Maybe made a few people happier along the way.
Yeah, there's some things that are okay.
Some noises, Joe. It sounded like the sound effects from like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like the old trailer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I hated that preview when they did that every time. What you doing what you doing in my house?
It's in the remake trailer and the old trailer as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hated that fucking sound effect. All right. Okay,
there
well
we
there.
go.
I think
Okay, so this is the disaster we came up with here. All
I
right.
wouldn't call. I think this went pretty well, all things considered.
Yeah, that top tier, like we got Landshark up there, bottom tops, both cats, T-Rex, Spider. I mean, that's pretty solid. Yeah, you know what? The ranking, honestly, looking at it here in this perspective, is actually pretty good. Like, I mean, aside from Joe shitting on a few of them, no, this is pretty good.
You know what? Let's just move Battle Ram down to D with Battle Bones.
Fuck off. No, that's pretty cool. Like I said, between the back and forth mixing of everything.
And then we can move the Dragon Walker up into his place.
Oh, sweet shit. All right.
That
was fun. Like I said, I think we could rank a lot. Like I said, I look for any other rankings.
Well, I was gonna say,
like, we have to do evil warriors or heroic warriors. Like,
that's what I mean. We could do any of the things.
I was thinking even eventually too. Well, we've kind of mostly gone through the card backs, but yeah, I think that would be kind of cool to
Yeah.
go through the other vintage figures. Maybe even do like the new Adventures line and
Oh
do that
God,
as well.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Dude. Hell,
Yeah.
even doing episodes.
Well,
Like
you know,
all three of us have, like, that would be fun to throw out. Like, well, no, then we have so many episodes, we have to like get it narrowed
Yeah,
down.
yeah. It would have to be something that would have like a set number.
Yeah.
Like if you were going to do that, not that it would be ideal, but it's like, all right. And I know that you fucking hated it, and I know Joe hated how it turned out when they released that top 10 episodes
Oh, what
DVD
a
or whatever. It's
shitty
like, what?
DVD
This
that
isn't on
was.
here. But I'm
Shit.
saying like that would have to be the idea behind it.
it'd
It's
be
like a
interesting.
limited
This new
number.
ranking
or
system,
something.
it does. It makes for fun. We get some good visuals
But
to see
I
it.
think ranking like the vintage figures, doing some new adventure stuff. I think I'd be like doing like the new adventures like the Evil Mutants, like ranking, like putting karate and battle this subdued Skeletor, Flog, and
Yeah.
that'd be a lot of fun to do.
Well, I hope everybody at home had fun with that.
They
Trying
did.
something new.
Some things they were flipping out over, but it was still fun. And now this is the time. If you guys have any questions for us, pop them in the chat room right now. And it's for anything, whether it's cartoon, movies, the figures, or anything else in general. Pop them in, we can get to it. And I was trying to think, was there anything that you were wanting to say from last week, Nathan? Any comments? I couldn't remember if there was one in particular or anything you were wanting
Wait a second.
Something.
I just realized we left off. Well, no, he's not a
Did
vehicle.
we forget something?
Well, never mind. Yeah.
No, what were you thinking?
I guess just
Mega Laser, Stilt Stalker, and stuff. Were you
no,
thinking of those?
No. I thought Monstroid, but Monstroid's. You can't ride him. He's not. He's just a creature. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
was just looking at the box over here, like,
that would be S tier for me probably.
But even if we did, like, at what point, we think of accessories, I guess we could have even included like the Mega Laser, or not the Mega, the still like the tower tools, the scuba attack, because they are technically transportation, so to speak.
And Cliff Climber and stuff like that.
Cliff Climber, like
True.
they do movie. And I even thought about that when Nathan asked me initially, but like they fall in more line with accessories, even though they are transportation. It kind of makes you wonder how we ever going to come up with something that includes them, Monster, like the slime pit would be a playset. That kind of like it's.
Oh yeah, that's a playset.
But something like Monster.
I mean,
maybe that could be a mix. It could be a mix of playsets and accessories, like those types of things. It'd be a
There
good.
you go. That could be the next one.
Well, I was going to say
that. Yeah, tier list, playsets, and accessories.
Okay. Well, make sure.
All right. Well, here
Still Stalkers would be S tier.
All right, let's see the questions. Adam was wondering if those were new figures behind me. Well, I just put Modulok and I put Michael Myers there just because I figured I had to put Michael Myers there. I wanted to say one other thing. Let me see where it's at.
What is that? What is that one? Is that the NECA cloth figure? What is that?
Yeah, that's the cloth one. But what the hell did I do?
Halloween 2-2 pack they just announced the other day. I was actually talking to someone at work about that very thing. And holy shit, they actually.
Well, here, can I just give it away? Everybody was asking about the Orko Christmas ornament, like, where they can get it. You get it from me because I made this. This is something I made. I made this. I put them in a Christmas outfit, got them a loop. I can make these ornaments for you, and I had to fuck with everybody online. Most people knew it was a custom, but some people thought it was real, including the people in the chat room. So I made that.
And that's the dollar Orko from Dollar Tree, right?
Yeah, jazzed that fucker up. Like I said, I did new sculpting to it to give him his outfit because last year I made Santa's helper Orko in vintage style, and I was like, works perfect. Makes a cool ornament. So yeah, I can do that if you guys want. You can message me on Facebook. All right, let's see. Another question. Papa Hood 69. Why did the 87 movie He-Man, New Adventures He-Man say I have the power instead of by the power of Grayskull when they held their sword? Or did he mean to wait, what? Wait, well, I mean, in the movie, I know he did say, I have the power instead of by the power of Grayskull, but it was just basically to get his power in the movie. He didn't need to go through by the power of Grayskull. He did have the power. And for, in New Adventures, what was the new thing they were going? It was by the power of Eternia. So, because remember, Starship...
they were moving away from it, because Starship Eternia is going to become like the mini comic, like Grayskull becomes, all of its power goes into the Starship Eternia, and the cartoon, it just doesn't. There's no.
Yeah,
it's just
fitting
the
design.
Different.
It's
just fitting with something different. Yeah,
and just going with their design of the cartoon in space.
I didn't find it offensive as a kid or anything like that. No. I mean, like, oh my god, Give my money back. You didn't say it. I hate it. Worst day ever.
Yeah. Sportimus had a question. Since we're talking about vehicles, which top 3 vehicles that haven't been done yet would you want to see in Origins?
The dinosaurs, man, because they're so fucking expensive. I mean, you know, it's not the original, sure, but if they did that and re-released it in Origins, I'd be all over it.
And I know that we're not going to get a motorized attack track. I would fucking love it, but I know it's not going to happen. I'm just looking at everything that
in Origins is that
Origin style. Yeah, what would we like?
Always comes back to Origins. What is wrong with you people?
I would want to see an attack track, and I'd love to see Spydor. Fright Fighter is never going to happen. That'll never happen. But one of the dinosaurs to go with that'd be cool. But I would love to see it, but I just know they're not going to do batteries for the ones that should have it. Fedmont said, is there a Star Wars vehicle that you feel would work in Masters of the Universe? Just the vehicle, no pilot that isn't Masters.
Speeder bike. That's because I love the damn speeder bikes. Speeder bikes would be pretty cool, I think.
Mine wouldn't be a vehicle, but I did love that Rancor monster. I really loved that as a kid. I loved the Rancor monster. You know what it wouldn't pop in, but it'd be a cool crossover. Grimbot, question for Joe. Are you looking forward to the next exciting issue of Revelation comic that's coming out soon? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, what kind of batshit story idea are they gonna do in this one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big. Yeah. We'll
it'll probably. I bet it'll follow Triclops and how he became a leader of a cult, techno cult.
This question is gonna go to Tyler and Nathan because I didn't collect this line. They're gonna definitely have more to say about it. Felipe says, I know this is a Masters of the Universe podcast, but would you guys consider doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle vehicles?
Absolutely.
That'd
be a blast.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome to do.
I'll be the spectator in this one.
Did have some of those, and then, God, there was a bunch of good turtle vehicles. Oh, man.
Yeah. That would be fun, because those were toys that I played more with as a kid. Like, most of my Masters of the Universe toys that I got were hand-me-downs, and I didn't have a lot of vehicles. It was just figures. But Turtles, and then Turtles, I can do the Tyler thing and just bring them all upstairs because I have a bunch of them still.
Nathan has got
with
one of
the
most
box.
impressive turtle collections I've ever seen because his parents held on to all that stuff.
And the Ghostbusters, doesn't he have the box for all that shit too?
He's got the box.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Well, I got some of the. You guys can see there in the middle shelf. That's basically almost a complete real Ghostbusters collection. I have everything except for that.
He's got fucking everything.
Except for the Ectoglow Ghostbusters. That's the only thing I don't have.
Yeah, weapons, vehicles, the figures from the monsters.
You can see like the proton pack and all that stuff like hanging on the wall right there.
Yep.
Well, Fedmon said that he hopes I get Montezuma's revenge for my Orko gag that I fucked everybody over with. Sorry about that, Fedmon. I thought everybody knew it was a joke. But, yeah, you can still contact me.
That makes a lot of sense, you know? It's like a Christmas ornament. People,
it really
does.
That's
one of
good.
your better done Photoshop.
Yeah.
Instead of taking I took this normal picture. Oh, I reversed this slight twig in the background. Can you figure out what's wrong with it? What did I change in it?
Oh yeah. God, you remember that shit when we were doing that trivia thing with everybody, and they're like, "What's the problem with this?" And I was like, "Ha ha ha!"
I let everybody know. I said this was going to be released next year on April 1st. Like, that was part of my post. I was like, I think they're going to know it's fake. Plus, right on the picture, I have my Joe Amato Custom Creations on the logo.
You still don't understand your audience, do you, Joe?
But you know what's crazy? It's like, I didn't even notice the logo. I was like, it's right there. It says JACC, Joe Amato Custom Creations, right there on the picture.
They don't see that shit. They see an Orko in a Santa outfit and see only at Walmart on it, and they're like, "Holy shit!"
But it was on the box. I actually photoshopped it on the box. It had a big logo there, but they missed it. So, but I'm sorry.
We promote our podcast years ago using pictures and words, and they looked at the picture and ignored the words.
Well, let's get to Oliver Belmont. Oliver had a question. Joe, Tyler, and Nathan, if Skeletor were to invade your hometown with his evil warriors, who among He-Man's allies would you like to fight side by side? Pick at least 3 heroic warriors. I'd have Cyclone.
Lizard Man, Cyclone.
I was going to say Cyclone. I'd like Fisto. I'd like Stone Dar. I think that'd be cool to have Stone Dar. He's more wise than Bach.
Let's go with Clamp Champ, Stratos just to piss Joe off, and Ram Man so we could go get drinks after we kick Skeletor's ass.
Worthless fucking character, Stratos.
They're
Okay,
playing
Johnny
basketball special with Lizard Man. Have you heard of the Lizard Man knocking people down left and right? Pretty awesome.
Johnny Cock has a question. You get to work on official Masters of the Universe design figures, or he said, okay, question. You get to work on official Masters of the Universe design figures or co-plot shows or comics, but you have to work directly under R. David, S. Knightlick, or the like, and they have say, pay is good. Do you do it?
No.
There, everybody said no. My brain's...
No, yeah, because, I mean, that would just be, like, a lot of creative difference. Like, even if it paid good, it would be miserable.
Yeah, and whatever we would say to suggest, Tyler and I and Nathan, it wouldn't work.
Question.
Well, you're saying, I guess, if we had to work, like, on mess...
And I don't know. What?
Well, it was...
You get to work on, like, redesigns or co-write, co-plot.
Official work, but you had to work under
Rob David and Knightlick.
Defeat the purpose. They get the final say. And Scott obviously wrote all his own stuff.
That's what I just said. Whatever we said would be thrown out the window, no matter what we say.
So, honestly, no, I wouldn't take the job. Because if they get to control everything, then whatever come up with, no one would ever know it. Because Rob David doesn't like writing good ideas, and we know what Scott liked writing too. So
we have two more before it's 11 o'clock, and we all get ready to wrap it up. Sportimus said, "Did you guys mix your toys during play?" He said, "I did with the Turtles and Masters because they were close to scale. The only ones I ever did, I did mix Sectars in with Masters Universe, even though Sectars are taller, they're 6 inches, have more articulation. They were creepier and shit, and I sometimes had them around with Web Store, Buzz Off. They just looked like aesthetically they kind of went in with them. That was the only time I ever mixed, but otherwise, no, I wasn't mixing much.
I didn't mix anything with He-Man. I didn't mix anything with G.I. Joe. Sometimes I'd mix stuff with Turtles, maybe a little, but not much. I was pretty much, like, I think me and Nathan were both a lot alike. We're like, no, if I'm playing with Turtles, it's all Turtles. G.I. Joe, it's all G.I. Joe. Like, unless it was something that would, like, was bigger and would work. Like, I actually would use my Snake Man and Grayskull with my G.I. Joes and just pretend it was like a whole different playset. But I never had He-Man interacting with any of the G.I. Joes. It was just anything that was not figure-based, I would sometimes use them to interact with.
Final question for Tyler from Papa Hood 69. Tyler, during the Powers of Grayskull mini comic episode, you said Mattel didn't want anything to do with 2000X. Could you elaborate on why?
If I'm thinking about current stuff, well, they're just so soured by how the 2000X line tanked. I mean, like, it made some money, but when the line dropped off and they got all very happy, it was kind of led to believe to all of us that Mattel wanted nothing to do with that failure. They did not want to make that same mistake, which obviously they're not really learning from because they're clogging the shelves. He-Man Skeletor is sitting on clearance at our local Walmart. So it's just making that same mistake, but they're not going to admit that they killed it with all the damn variant issues. That it wasn't that people didn't want it. It was just they oversaturated it, which is, So in that regard, they just look at it as like, that was a failure. We sunk all this money into it. We would never know where because the ad campaigns and the advertising for it and the commercials were not that great. So I just think as they look at it as like a black eye on them that they spent a lot of money and didn't last very long. And they were more hands-on with season 2. And it shows because season 2 sucked compared to season 1. There's a lot more product placement in season 2 with the Dragon Walker, the Spit Bull, the Snake Men were used a lot poorly at that.
God, that Dragon Walker! My
God,
just, and that Spit Bull.
They just shot themselves in the foot and they want to blame other people for it, which is the corporate mentality. Shit. So,
thanks for that good. Yeah, thanks for that good last question, Papa Huds. So, well, that's pretty much it. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure you like, subscribe, share, ring that bell so you can always be notified when we go live. Thanks for everybody in the chat. It was awesome. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, have a powerful day.
The direct approach. I admire that in a man with a mask. what I said to Joe when I first met him.
It bums me out because
Nathan's gonna be
I'm
really
like,
embarrassed that if he which he probably won't, and he'll be
Casey
embarrassed.
Jones from Ninja Turtles?
No.
Oh, okay.
no.
No, Raptor says Casey Jones.
Or somebody took Casey.
No.
Yeah, that's what sucks is it's like I hear it and I'm like, yeah.
And Joe has seen this too, but Nathan's gonna be more embarrassed that he doesn't get this one.
Well, we're gonna see if anybody in the chat gets it. And while we're trying to figure out, hello, MOTU Matthew and Hemotoggy.
Yeah, go ahead and embarrass me.
The Penguin from Batman Returns.
I was thinking Batman, but I was like,
I would have never got that.
And then I was trying to.
JSP
And the
said the mask
the
of
way
Zorro.
you said it too.
Mask of Zorro. No.
Yeah, JSP
No,
said
the
mask of
shitty Antonio Banderas.
Two of those
I
movies, right?
I think I got halfway through that movie and I haven't finished it since.
Yeah, well, I mean, as bad as that is, it's not as bad as Halloween Kills.
See
you next week, everybody.
Son of a bitch!
That movie sucks ass.
I could just choke the living shit out of
Sucks
you.
ass.
Just choke.
Terrible movie. If you like it, that's cool.
Fuck
But
off.
it's awful.
It's all dick bag.
Terrible.